Morning, folks. This morning's soap is brought to us by Wet Shaving Products. That's WSP. This is Formula T, and the scent on this one here is tobacco. And as you can tell by the label, it's got some tallow in it. So what it looks like there on the inside, this is a tin screw top lid, and it's fairly soft inside. Definitely a crope. It's firm in there. In other words, it's not like a cream where it's just super soft, but it's easy to scoop out of the container, put in a bowl, whip out the lather. This is the brush I'm using today. It's a Badger knot. This is from Green Country Razors. Doesn't make these anymore, so you'll be hard pressed to find one like this. And this handle is solid. It has some weight behind it. Got it whipped up here in my wooden bowl that's made out of walnut. Got this one here from the Distinctive Goat. It's a Etsy site. And didn't take a whole lot to whip this up. It's easy to lather up. Shaver of the day is I've got my Gillette Red Tip. It has a Gillette Silver Blue. There is just a slight overhang if you're interested in a razor like this. Twist to open. And there's the Gillette Silver Blue there. Blade will be on its first use. It's been a little while since I used one of these. And this is what it comes wrapped in. And it does come double wrapped, if you can see it in there. And it also tells you not to wipe the blade. I got the Preshave that I used this morning from Yulay. Already put it on after the hot towel this morning. And got the alum block, no rubber band. Humphrey's witch hazel. Got a little bit of mentholated, this is citrus scented. And I'm going to go with the Wet the Face Tobacco Rose aftershave. Got it pretty well lined out. I'm going to go ahead and get started here, get my watch taken off. I forgot to take it off this morning. I've been very much aware of wet shaving products for quite a while. It was one of the first ones that I was looking at when I first started wet shaving. Couldn't tell you a reason why it's taken this long to decide to go ahead and buy one, give it a try. And I have to say, I do like how this soap is, that it's close to a crope. And to me, when they're like that, if you're just starting out learning how to lather, most generally these soaps that are like that are just easy to lather up without a problem. And like I said, I did put it in a bowl. I do kind of, in the beginning I wasn't necessarily this way because, you know, still learning, but now it did take me just a little while to start figuring out what I want to do and how I wanted to do it. And I don't load the brush in the container. I used to do that sort of thing when I first started, but anymore I don't. I kind of feel like that I appreciate keeping the soap inside clean, so that way if I was to give it to somebody, it'll be clean, ready to go. Go ahead and get started here. This will be with the grain pass. If you're unfamiliar with these, the colors, what that red means to you is that pretty much, not saying you can't by any means, but this was pretty much designed for folks that's got thick whiskers and want a little bit more of a aggressive shave. My son's been using what I got here, just handy, I'll show you. He's using them for, I guess you might say, the one that's in between. That's what it looks like there. It is it's a fine shaver. I like it. Don't have a problem using it. The blue tip, that one there, it took me a little while to get used to I guess you might say, the mildness of it. It would definitely be good for somebody that is just starting out. Get used to using a shaver like this. Or maybe somebody that maybe you don't have a whole lot of facial hair and you're just starting out. Or depending on how you want to look at it, if you're wanting to grow facial hair, you call it a curse. Otherwise, it might be a blessing not to have much that you need to shave, and a shaver like that would work just fine. Because if you have blonde hair and it's not readily seen, you can get by with a milder shaver. 5 o'clock won't be an issue. I'd have to say that would be a good way to go. You can get your shaves in pretty quick too. Once you get your routine set up, how you like to do your shaves, what works best for you, your shaver, your blade. My son seems to, the milder shavers, he wants to feel the cutting. So that's the reason why he's working with the, I guess you might say, the one that's in between, what I call a tweener, between a mild and aggressive. Sometimes I would guess you might consider it a regular one. He seems to like that feel. Seems to be doing better too. No more what he shaves, he seems to be doing pretty good. I guess you might say less cuts, less on the bleeding. I should mention about this scent also. At least per my nose, there's no mistaking. It's tobacco. It is tobacco. I have more than one of these. It is one of, as it goes for the, how you say, twist open styles, it is one of my favorites. It really is. For me, it gives me an easy shave, smooth, comfortable, and efficient. I enjoy shaving with it. When it comes to DEs, I've got a number of them that I do like shaving with them. They give you different shaves that I do appreciate. In other words, I'm not always looking for the necessarily the most efficient, but it was something smooth and comfortable. Borders on the, I guess you might say, on the edge of kind of effortless. Fine Marvel is one of those that, for me, kind of does that for me. The Rockwell, pick your plate that you like. It's a pretty smooth shaver. I almost took that one with me when I was on vacation, but that Parker semi-slant came in and, well, you know, I had to take it with me. You can kind of tell, I think, by the video that this is going pretty smooth. I haven't heard anything, and maybe it's just because I don't travel in the right circle, or that particular circle, if you will. I haven't heard anything bad about WS products. Actually, the first things that I was looking at wasn't necessarily the soap, it was the razor. And what happened was I was looking at Scotch & Stowe's short stubby handle, and it was stubby at least at that point in time. Now things have gone to the extreme where they're like double the size, but anyway, that one there, I was basing it on basically price. They look similar, and I decided to go with the Scotch & Stowe, which I still have. The handle is the coating, it's a satin, kind of a grayish color to it. In other words, it was somewhat different, and kind of see the reason why I went with it. Chrome ones are readily available. This one here, I didn't see very many of them, so I decided to go with it. And giving me plenty of good shaves. I enjoyed that one when I first got it. like I said, I still got it. It's one of those I once in a while it kind of comes up in my mind to use it. Probably more so off camera than on camera, just the way I guess you might say the ball bounce, if you will. Preshave feel pretty smooth. Face does not feel dried out at all. Yeah, I'd have to say that the Preshave feels pretty spot on. It would be one of those that if you were looking at just minimizing what you put on your face, in other words, anything in the way of an aftershave balm or anything like that, I don't feel the need for it. Sometimes now you shave with something and feel like you need to have the aftershave balm or an aftershave or something of the sort. I don't feel the need for that. It feels pretty good. But I, like most anything else, I try to keep my routine up. Especially with the Shavette, it's how can you say, Shavette and a straight razor kind of fall in the same category. In my opinion, when it comes to a person might want to keep your skills up, it is something that might diminish on you. It might get rusty. To me, the DEs, and to a certain extent, single edges, depending on whether you're talking about a gem style razor or if you're talking about an injector. The gem style to me takes a little bit more skill than what I've had my experience with the injector. Injectors seem to be pretty straightforward for me, easy to use. I don't know for sure why, it just came naturally to me. But it just reminds me so much of a DE outside of the fact that it's a single edge, and the shave feel is different in between the two. But for me, catching on, it seemed like I caught on to the injectors quicker than I did the DE, so sometimes that's just the way it goes. And I felt like, to a degree, I started out with Shavettes going pretty good. I felt like that I kind of hit a wall, if you will. And it took me a moment to get past it to start figuring out some more things. And in other words, everybody progresses at different rates on your learning. Some of these curves are pretty steep, especially with the Shavette. Just lightly mentholated. That was pretty funny though. When my wife, she was in here and she decided to borrow some of my witch hazel. That was a good one. Yeah, they're not familiar with the menthol and what that will feel like on your face. Right now I really feel that cooling effect on my face. It feels great, especially during the summer months. It's starting to get pretty warm around here. Temperatures and heat indexes hitting up above 100 times, and yeah, to me it's greatly appreciated to have that cooling effect. And this bathroom, the way it was designed, was not designed with a vent in it for some reason or another. It's got a little heater type fan up in the ceiling, but anything in the way of cooling things off, yeah, you have to open the door. And right now that would be a bit of a problem with Tony, because he likes to be a part of things. This one here, I don't think you can get this flavor anymore at Wet the Face. Don't think it's available anymore, but boy, I do like this scent. The tobacco and the rose just seem to work well together. Good way to start out a Monday morning, that's for sure. As well as a cup of coffee, which I did have this morning before I got started. Good stuff here. I'm really glad I got this. Have to be kind of careful now on how much I use, because if it's not in production anymore, have to find somebody else to make it, I guess. Anyway, I had a great shave this morning. Once again, oh, I should mention, I meant to say this before. The Formula T, it's not so much because of the tallow that's in the soap. At the website, it was mentioned because of Ford Model T. That sort of vain thought process, which, I kind of wonder if maybe that's where it came from. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.